Where were you? I was dying, Graham. No, they're attacking. They're attacking.
I'm going to have to heal you again.
Yes, I think so.
Hi, I'm Jesse Snyder, Creative Director at Nant Games.
And I'm Keith Muelas, I'm Community Manager at Nant Games.
And we're here after years of hard work to reveal our game, Mythwalker. Let us give you the elevator pitch. Mythwalker is a geolocation fantasy RPG that you can play anywhere.
It's not only a game that you can play anywhere, you can play with your friends, you can go on quests, you're playing geolocation around the world.
We have 3 different classes. The classic warrior. We also have Spellslinger, it's a magic user. They have dual wands and a staff. And then you have priest, your healer class, your support class, and a great hammer.
And your 3 species, Anu, Wolven, and Human.
Let's talk a little bit about each species. Wolven, who's our dog folk.
We have the Anu, who are bird-like people.
And of course you're going to want to play as somebody like yourself, a human.
Hello.
The world of Mythera is steeped in lore.
Lore.
The lore.
Let's see if we can keep this short.
There's short and there's lore. Pick one. Well, the lore of the game, it's a real big part of the game. It's not just, here's another fantasy world. No, here is the world that is the source of all the world's mythology. It all goes back to Mythera, parallel magical world that people get glimpses of. Because through your device, you become a hero, you create an avatar in Mythera, and you're helping to save that world from the terrible threat.
The child lives in the Temple of Dreams and talks directly with the player, kind of like the narrator and sort of the host of the game.
The Temple of Dreams is an incredibly important location in the lore and indeed in the game. It's in the town hub and you can use it under the direction of the child. And she has called upon you, the Mythwalker, to come and help save Mythera. Because an uncontrolled dream can become a nightmare and nightmares become monsters. And we don't want that.
Something that, from the tech side that's been impressive is the fact that we're doing mobile real-time on top of GPS tracking. I mean, it's
right.
a lot of layers of...
And bringing your friends to play in that space.
So you can group up with people that are live, that are right around here. Let's say, you're in Balboa Park or something, and there's a big dragon to fight. We're all playing this. Should we jump in here and fight this dragon? So there's that online
real-time aspect.
Yeah.
Wherever you go in real life, that's going to be mimicked by the world map.
It's a real technical challenge to define all that data that's on the world map, because essentially you need to define the entire world.
And that's why Mythwalker is different than every other geolocation game. Whoa.
So we've been talking about the town hub. It's where the player is going to go, and that's where they're going to talk to the quest givers and the merchants. So basically, all of the stuff outside the main game loop of being on the world map and then going into combat and fighting, that's where you'll go to basically do everything else. I want to upgrade my armor, I want to upgrade my weapon, I want to buy new armor, or I want to look something up. We have the archive there where you can learn about all the deep lore.
I think people are going to be really surprised for just the amount of variety in combat for not only like an RPG, but also like a geolocation game. It really hasn't been done like this before.
As you walk around the GPS environment, you will notice a number of different difficulty levels and challenges and how the game presents these combat encounters to you. So it's a matter of identifying what works well for your level.
And it's a game with progression mechanics in it. It's rewarding. It feels like you're going somewhere, you're going out on adventures, and it ties directly to like real world locations in a meaningful way, right? It's tied all the way down to the lore of the game.
Gamers are used to RPGs. They play them all the time. It's one of the most popular genres in the world. But ours is a geolocation RPG.
Right.
What does that add on top of?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the most exciting things is when you play an RPG, it's like, it's a fantasy world, right? And so you kind of get to immerse yourself in this other fantasy world. But now with geolocation, you can go out in the real world, like just walk around on Earth, and now there's kind of like this secret hidden fantasy world that's like mapped out there that you get to discover. And I think that's like one of the most exciting things. And it still comes with everything, like all the lore, all the mechanics that you're used to in RPG, all that fun. We get to like map that to the real world and experience this like this hidden layer and like learn about local legends and myths and how that all ties together with wherever you are. But what are we really starting with, though? We're starting with combat, right?
Yeah, we've got combat, obviously the map for exploration. We've got a couple of mini games.
POI Forestry is a lot like the mining node, and it's based around the same sort of gameplay. The mining minigame is a bit more like tap-based. We're trying to mimic like what you're actually doing. Like if you were mining, you'd be like swinging a pickaxe, so it's like, okay, let's do tap gameplay. If you're cutting down trees, it's more of like a swipe gameplay, right? You're like swinging an axe. And ultimately, you're getting like wood resources out of that, like different types of wood, and then those filter again into like different types of equipment and crafting. Minigames come down the road. That's where we get our resources. That's where
Resources
we start
for the crafting.
get into crafting, right?
We have the exploration through the world map. You'll find a lot of enemies out in the wild, and to be able to get into the mini games, these spawn nodes.
Right. And then we'll start going on bigger quests, more adventures, right?
Story quest.
Story quests will come online, yep.
If you're lucky, you get to make the game you want to play. There's a vacuum in the game space for this. You know, they started doing some GPS and there's been some D&D stuff, but nobody's put it together quite right. It's the game we want to play, so we'll make it ourselves.
And I think there's an audience that really wants this kind of game, and they've been asking for it for a long time, and it just hasn't manifested. So we thought, well, we should probably do that, you know?
In terms of different player encounters, we're going to have a lot of different kind of enemies and bosses.
And all that stuff behind us right here, all of Highport, is right here on the phone.
The lore and the global nature of it is connecting people.
All of the areas, town hub, world map, even the combats, they all tie to the weather system because it'll change as you're playing.
You know how like when you play in these games and you like spin the camera? I kind of want to know what it's like.
If Mythera falls, then the bad guys are just on the other side of the veil and Earth is next up.
So you got to help us.
Yeah.